From first date to forever, the truth about relationships at 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years. Ever wondered how relationships really change over time? You meet someone, there's that initial spark, and maybe it blossoms into something deeper. But how do you navigate the journey from that first date to a truly committed relationship? We're gonna break down what happens at 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years into dating. We're talking about the honeymoon phase, the first fights, the make it or break it moments, and everything in between. We'll dive deep into the good, the bad, and the ugly, the infatuation, the power struggles, the passion, the routine, and what it really takes to make a relationship last. So buckle up because we're about to get real about love, commitment, and what it takes to go the distance. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk about the first month. This is the honeymoon phase, folks, the stage where everything's new and exciting. You're walking on air, you can't stop thinking about each other, and you're pretty much glued to your phones, texting up a storm. You're seeing the best version of each other, putting your best foot forward. You're both on your best behavior, and you're both trying to impress each other. Now, there's nothing wrong with a little infatuation, it's a natural part of the process. But here's the thing, you gotta be able to differentiate between infatuation and a genuine connection. Infatuation is all about the surface, the excitement, the novelty. It's about how the other person makes you feel about yourself. It's about the fantasy of what could be. A genuine connection, on the other hand, runs deeper. It's about shared values, common goals, and a genuine respect for each other. It's about being able to be yourself, flaws and all, and knowing that the other person accepts you for who you are. Early intimacy can also play a role in the first month. It's important to be on the same page when it comes to physical intimacy. Make sure you're both comfortable with the pace you're setting and that you're not feeling pressured or rushed into anything. Remember, this is a time to enjoy getting to know each other. Don't rush it, be present, and pay attention to the signs. Are you seeing red flags, or are you genuinely connecting on a deeper level? The first month is all about exploration and excitement. It's about seeing if there's potential for something real. Don't be afraid to ask the tough questions, to be honest about your needs and expectations, and to walk away if you're not feeling it. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who makes you happy, who respects you, and who wants the same things out of life that you do. So you've made it past the honeymoon phase. Congratulations are in order. You're probably feeling pretty good about each other. But hold on, because around the 6-month mark, things start to shift. The realness kicks in. The rose-colored glasses start to come off, and you're seeing each other for who you really are, flaws and all. Remember all those little quirks you found adorable in the beginning? Yeah, they might start to get on your nerves a little bit. And those late-night talks that lasted till dawn, well, they might be replaced with Netflix and comfortable silences. This is also typically when those first real fights pop up. And let me tell you, those first fights can be doozies. They can rock your world and make you question everything. Why? Because it's not just about the dishes in the sink or who forgot to take out the trash. It's about your communication styles clashing, your needs not being met, and your expectations not being aligned. You see, in the beginning, you were both on your best behavior. But now, you're letting your guard down, and you're letting your true colors show. And sometimes those colors clash. This is a critical point in a relationship. It's where you decide if you're going to sink or swim. Are you going to run for the hills at the first sign of conflict? Or are you going to roll up your sleeves and do the work? The key here is communication. And I don't mean just talking, I mean really communicating. It's about listening to understand, not just to respond. It's about being vulnerable and expressing your needs and feelings. It's about being willing to compromise and find solutions that work for both of you. Now let's talk about passion. Remember all that fire you felt in the beginning? Well, it's still there, but it might need a little rekindling. That's because life gets in the way. Work, stress, responsibilities, they can all take a toll on your relationship. But here's the thing, you gotta make time for each other. You gotta prioritize your relationship, plan date nights, surprise each other, do things that make you feel connected. Remember what brought you together in the first place and make an effort to keep that spark alive. Look, relationships take work. They take effort, compromise, and a whole lot of communication. But if you're both willing to put in the work, it can be the most rewarding experience of your life. Chapter 3, 1 year, the make or break phase. So, you've made it to the 1 year mark. You've weathered the storms of the first 6 months, you've gotten to know each other's good, bad, and ugly sides, and you're still going strong. You're probably feeling a sense of comfort and security in your relationship. You've let your guard down completely, you're comfortable being yourselves around each other, and you've built a solid foundation of trust and intimacy. But don't get too comfortable because the 1-year mark is also a make-or-break phase for many couples. Why? Because this is when you're faced with some big questions about your future together. This is the time to talk about your long-term goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Do you want to get married, have kids? Where do you see yourselves living in 5, 10, 20 years? These are important conversations to have, and they can be tough. You might discover that you're not on the same page about everything, and that's okay. But you need to be able to have open and honest communication about these things in order to move forward. Trust is another biggie at this stage. You've let each other into your lives completely, and with that comes vulnerability. You're trusting each other with your hearts, your minds, and your souls, and that can be scary. Insecurities can also rear their ugly heads at this stage. You might start to compare yourself to your partner's exes, or you might worry about whether or not you're good enough. These are normal feelings, but it's important to address them head on. Talk to your partner about your insecurities and don't let them fester and grow. The 1-year mark is a significant milestone in a relationship. It's a time to celebrate how far you've come, but it's also a time to be realistic about the challenges ahead. Remember, relationships take work, but if you're both willing to put in the effort, it can be the most rewarding experience of your life. Chapter 4, 5 years, from passion to partnership. Alright, let's talk about the 5-year mark. If you've made it this far, you're in it for the long haul. You've weathered the storms, you've celebrated the victories, and you've come out stronger on the other side. You've built a life together, and you've seen each other at your best and worst. You know each other inside and out. At this stage, your relationship has evolved from that initial passionate love affair into a deep and abiding partnership. You're not just lovers anymore. You're best friends, confidants, and teammates. You're in each other's corners, no matter what life throws your way. But even the strongest relationships face challenges at this stage. One of the biggest challenges is avoiding the dreaded roommate phase. It's easy to get comfortable and let the romance slide when you're living together, sharing finances, and navigating the day-to-day grind. You see, the thing about long-term relationships is that you have to choose each other every single day. You have to make a conscious effort to keep the spark alive, to nurture the intimacy, and to remind each other why you fell in love in the first place. Another challenge at this stage is dealing with external stressors. Life doesn't stop throwing curveballs, and sometimes those curveballs can put a strain on your relationship. Job loss, financial stress, family issues, these things can all take a toll. The key is to face these challenges as a team. Communicate openly and honestly about what you're going through, support each other, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. And then there's personal growth. As individuals, you're constantly evolving and changing. Your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, they might shift and change over time. And that's okay. It's natural. The important thing is to make sure you're growing together, not apart. Encourage each other's personal growth, support each other's dreams, and be open to evolving as a couple. The 5-year mark is a testament to your love, your commitment, and your resilience. It's a time to celebrate how far you've come and to look forward to all the adventures yet to come. So, there you have it. The truth about relationships at 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years. Remember, every relationship has its ups and downs, and no two love stories are the same. The key is to be honest with yourself and your partner, to communicate openly and honestly, and to never stop working on your relationship. What stage are you in? Are you in the honeymoon phase, the realness phase, the make or break phase, or the partnership phase? Drop a comment and share your experience. Let's get real about love and relationships. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more real talk on love, relationships, and everything in between. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.